Greetings, I'm John Phillips, and this is Up or Down. President Obama takes aim at gun control. Strip clubs are helping fight sex trafficking, and your tweets could be getting longer. All this and much, much more will be judged with a thumbs up or a thumbs down by our panel. They are stand-up comic and PJTV contributor, Mr. Steven Cruiser. That is NC-17, sir. Right beside him, the very fair-minded civil rights defense attorney, Mr. Leo Terrell. That's PG. As you can see, both of them have their thumbs ready, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first topic involves President Obama breaking down and crying earlier this week as he spoke out about gun control. The president announced a series of executive actions on guns Tuesday, focusing on the victims of gun violence. Obama became emotional while speaking. Let's go ahead and take a look.
College kids in Blacksburg and Santa Barbara, and from high schoolers at Columbine, and from first graders in Newtown. Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad. And by the way, it happens on the streets of Chicago every day.
These executive actions would clamp down on unlicensed gun sellers who exploit an exception for hobbyists and collectors in order to avoid having to run criminal background checks on purchases. Many sellers run their businesses online or at gun shows. President Obama also called for increased enforcement, streamlining the background check system, investigating $500 million in mental health care, and researching smart gun technology. So up or down on the president's gun control measures, Leo Terrell.
Well, the gun control measures down only because they will have no effect whatsoever. And I think that as much as he wants to do something about gun violence, the legislation he's referring to will not have any effect, and he can't circumvent Congress. But I do want to say one thing. This is very important. Those are not crocodile tears. I challenge anyone to stand in front of the family members who have pictures of their kids who were lost and to ignore that. Those tears were real and sincere. Independent of that, thumbs down.
Cruiser.
The award for Best Actor in a Presidential Role pretending to be concerned goes to one Barack H. Obama, okay?
Unbelievable.
Captain Chicago here, who's not doing anything to stop the violence in his hometown. I don't buy that for a second. The executive actions are awful. This has been a legislative priority of his. It was the first thing he mentioned in his second inaugural address, that it was going to be his priority for his second term, and that's why he's doing this. That's the only reason he's doing this, because it's part of his legacy right now. That's all this is about. He is so out of sync with the American public right now. He has not brought anybody towards him. He's actually pushing them away. More people are against an assault weapons ban now than at any time in the last 25 years. And gun sales are going through the roof. He is out of touch with the people he purports to lead.
Here's another part of the story, and Leo, you alluded to it, but I think it's an important part of the story that's gotten lost. This issue has just become, do you support gun control, do you oppose gun control? The process actually matters, and we live in a system of separation of powers, federalism, where the Congress needs to pass this legislation,
yes.
And then he would need to sign it, and the courts would need to say it checks out with the Constitution.
Right.
To just show up to work one day and say, I issue by decree this new legislation, is not how things work in this country. And you know what? If this goes down and it checks out legally, then when President Trump puts his hand on the Bible and gets sworn in, he could say, you know what, I don't need any legislation for a wall on the border. I'm just going to do it with an executive action.
Well, I agree. He circumvents the rules of our system of government, and that's why people are focused on that. But I think I got to go back. Not one of us, not anyone could have stand up there and given that speech with those family members standing there. Cruiser, this was not acting. Every time I see that, I break up. Because I know, I've seen the photographs of those parents with their kids.
Well, your shoelaces are too tight.
They are. That is a very powerful move, notwithstanding the fact I gave thumbs down on the executive orders.
The executive action thing is going to be problematic going forward, no matter who the president is. It's been a problem for a long time because executive actions were originally supposed to be, extraordinary measure kind of thing if the president really felt he needed to do something. But what happens now is that if there's a Republican in the Oval Office, then Democrats hate executive action, and vice versa. If there's a Democrat, then the Republicans. There's no hue and cry from the Congress. This is on the Congress. This is not. It's not because they failed to act. It's because they've let presidents in probably for about 20 years now, get away with executive overreach like this because they won't do their job. The Congress people should be offended when a president does this, regardless of the president's party, regardless of that. They should be saying, no, you cannot do our job for us. They don't. They let them do it on Obamacare. They've let other presidents do it. This is on the Congress for letting the executive actions run amok.
You know, in college, I took a class on the separation of powers, and one of the questions on one of the exams was, what powers does the Constitution give to the president? And I listed all the powers, and then I wrote a caveat. I had a little asterisk, and I said, the real answer to this question is anything Congress will let them get away with.
Good, that's true. That's a very good point.
If there's a power vacuum and the president just takes it and everyone lets him do it, then guess what? The power's his.
Good point.
All right, now we move on to topic number 2. A new Florida law will now require adult entertainment venues, such as strip clubs and massage parlors, to display signs. What kind of signs? Well, ones that notify potential human trafficking victims of resources that can aid in their escape. The new law went into effect on New Year's Day. It requires that rest areas, airports, emergency rooms, and adult entertainment venues post the signs or face fines up to $500. Human trafficking roughly affects between 600,000 and 800,000 people around the world. Over 15,000 are estimated to be trafficked into the United States each year. Many Florida adult business owners already have shown their support and agreed to display the signs in their establishments. So thumbs up or thumbs down, do you think this will help curb human trafficking? Leo Terrell.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm glad you have a lawyer on board. Thumbs down. This is a horrible law. You know why? This is government speech. I'm a business owner. They're going to tell me what sign to put on my business. This is wrong. And some of the business owners accept this. If I was a business owner, I'd challenge it. Not because I'm not behind the idea, but don't tell me to put a sign on my private business. That's government speech. It's a violation of law. Thumbs down.
Cruiser?
I don't think it'll help curb human trafficking. And I think what's problematic here is not just what Leo said, but this is like somehow now there's an implication that this business owner may be involved in that. Which is like, I really don't think the human traffic is going on at the Double Diamond Club in Tampa, okay? I don't think that's where it's a problem right now. So, it may be a distasteful business to you, but it's a legitimate business, okay? So that's where it gets a little weird to me. I mean, but again, this is something that the awareness needs to be raised around the world, and maybe we can, get back to talking about Boko Haram and people like that who do this kind of stuff. But the guy at the topless bar in Clearwater, Florida, isn't.
You know what this is like? If you own a restaurant and you don't run criminal background checks on your employees, and a lot of the mom and pop shops don't,
right.
This would be like the government coming in saying, potential rapists may work here.
Right.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, that's government speech. And you have to adopt it? No way. They need to call me. I'll get a Florida license. No problem. That's wrong. Absolutely wrong.
You can have a Florida license. He knows a guy. Leo knows a guy. So get it done.
Dead wrong.
All right. Well, hold on to your tweets. A big change could be coming to Twitter. The company is looking at expanding the length of your tweets. Right now, you can only use 140 characters per tweet, but Twitter may extend the character limit for tweets to 10,000. That means you'll be able to write much longer tweets. 140 characters of the tweet would be visible on your timeline. Clicking on it would reveal the rest of the tweet. The change could happen early this year. So up or down on giving you more space to express yourself on Twitter. Leo Terrell.
The most important question in the law is why. Why are they doing this? Stock down? Competition. They had something going that was working well. Twitter really hurt Facebook, and now this expanded list. I don't like it unless it's for a business reason, which they have the right to do. But it tells me that they're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Thumbs down.
Cruiser?
The worst idea ever. Worst idea. It's the dumbest idea ever. They've got all of this venture capital being thrown at them. They're confused right now. The money's swirling around. They're trying to be all things to all people, and all they're becoming is a watered-down version of Facebook. It's just absolutely awful. And Facebook is awful. Facebook became Facebook because there was nothing else like it for the longest time, so they got to be the 800-pound gorilla. Twitter, there's not going to be another 800-pound gorilla, and Twitter's not going to do it by trying to become the 400-pound gorilla. It's ridiculous. Twitter's unique appeal was in its brevity. You had to learn how to do it. You had to learn to be more nimble with your thoughts and get things out there. And it's frustrating sometimes because they don't let you edit. But the one thing nobody who uses Twitter all the time, like me, wants is for it to become Facebook Lite.
Excellent point.
You know what? This is when businesses go downhill, when they start trying to be all things to all
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
You look at which businesses are really successful. It's like In-N-Out Burger, where they do the best burger in town. But if you want a
Chipotle.
chicken sandwich,
How about Chipotle?
that's a different topic for a different day, Leo Terrell. But you do one thing, you do it well,
Right.
and then if you want something else, go someplace else. These all one-size-fits-all companies just don't work anymore.
You can't. It's never going to happen.
I agree.
Now on to our final topic. Hoverboards are all the rage. Maybe your kids got one for Christmas. Well, now there's a real hoverboard for sale, one that actually gets you off the ground instead of wheeling you around. The Arca-board is for sale with a price tag of $20,000, something Steven Cruiser currently has in his pocket. The hoverboard comes with 36 high-powered electric fans that can deliver 272 horsepower and can lift 430 pounds, so yes, even Rosie O'Donnell can get one. That's enough force to propel you across land, water, snow, ice, whatever you want. It includes a built-in stabilization unit, so it's safe to fly in any condition. You can control one with your cell phone or with your body. The company says it's taking orders for the $20,000 device in April. So thumbs up or thumbs down, is this something you would purchase, Leo Terrell?
Very easy. Absolutely not. You never buy the test model, the opening model. You wait until the price goes down. I like the concept. This looks very clumsy. Would not pay $20,000 for a motorized skateboard. Thumbs down.
I've been waiting for the Jetsons to happen my entire life, and I want them to happen, but I don't want it to happen like this, okay? I don't like the look of it. That does not look 21st century to me. I want my hoverboard to be some sort of anti-gravity, maybe using the electromagnetic force kind of thing. I don't want a bunch of Vornadoes underneath a box, okay? That just doesn't sound like a hoverboard to me. That sounds like, what, they got the little fans and one goes out and then suddenly no, I don't. So this is like we're moving in the right direction, but I wanted to go full Jetsons. I didn't want a hoverboard. I want a damn hover car. I wanted my car to be off the ground by now. So this is like a baby step. It's not happening quickly enough for me, John. Cryogenics.
You know what? I want the Jetsons world too, but you can keep the hoverboards. I want Rosie there to make me an omelet and give me a foot massage.
I want the thing where you tell it what you want to eat, and then the meal is there. That's what I want. But I do want the hover car too. Especially I was driving on rain today. I want the hover car.
Well, we asked our fans on Facebook and Twitter if they would spend 20 grand on the hoverboard. Here's what we found. 0% said yes, financially an actual hoverboard to an actual hoverboard to ride. 90% said no, I'd rather buy a new car. 10% said maybe, but I want to test ride it first. Thank you all for participating. This brings up today's Facebook question. It's a new year and many of you have made New Year's resolutions. So we asked our viewers about their resolutions for 2016, and here's a look at some of your answers. April K said, read the Bible again and earn my concealed carry permit. Randy S said, buy more guns. I'm noticing a theme here. Bill M said his New Year's resolution was to improve his health. Thanks to everyone for sending in your answers. That's going to do it for today's show. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PJTV. I'm John Phillips for Steven Cruiser and Leo Terrell. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a great weekend.